Hello and welcome everyone to this lecture of company law. In this lecture, we are going to continue with our chapter of company accounts. In the last lecture, we have gone through section 128, which speaks that company shall maintain its books of accounts at the registered office. And we had also seen the modes in which the company can keep its books of accounts. One of the mode that we spoke over there was about electronic mode. So now this is a very pertinent point because of the COVID situation that most of the companies today would be keeping all their books of accounts in electronic mode. Companies Act has specifically provided some rules which have to be followed by the company if they have to keep the books of accounts in electronic mode. So that rule is covered under rule number 3. So we will go through rule number 3 carefully in next 5 to 10 minutes. Now, what are the rules which have to be complied by the company to keep the books of accounts in electronic mode? First of all, the books of accounts in electronic mode shall be maintained and it shall be accessible. It shall be accessible in India. It shall be accessible in India. So the first point is that it shall be maintained and remain accessible in India. Means anybody from India, if they want to access your books of accounts, they should be able to access your books of accounts. That's the point number one. Point number two is that whenever you are maintaining the books of accounts in electronic records, then once it is prepared and closed, then you should not alter the books of accounts. That means it shall be maintained completely in its original form itself. It shall be unaltered form. Okay. So the books of account shall be completely in its original form only. It shall remain unaltered. Okay. Similarly, if the information of books of accounts is received from the branch office, then such particular file which you have received from the branch office, that shall also remain unaltered, means it shall also be maintained in its original form only. Okay. So we have gone through three important points. First point is it shall be maintained and accessible in India. Second point is it shall be maintained in its original form. Third point is if a branch office gives you some information or books of accounts and it to be maintained at the head office or registered office, then such file shall also be in its original form only. It shall not be altered by the registered office. Okay. Fourth point is whatever information you have kept of books of accounts in these particular electronic records, those shall be legible by everybody, whoever accesses the same. It shall be in legible form. Legible means readable form. It shall be in readable form. Okay. The next point is that the companies which are classified to appoint an audit committee, which is constituted under section 177, which you will go through in your CA final, or if they CS executive students, they will go through in the next chapters. So if a company is classified to constitute an audit committee under section 177, then such audit committee has under its duty that they shall provide what should be the storage mechanism, the retrieval mechanism, the display mechanism, and for printouts of such particular books of accounts also. So whatever is deemed appropriate by the audit committee, such system shall be maintained by the company for four things. One is storage, retrieval. Retrieval means, what do you mean by retrieval? Retrieval means whenever the company wants to access the particular file or particular record, then it shall be able to find it very easily and access it very easily. That is known as retrieval. You should be first of all have a proper system as per the audit committee for storage, retrieval, then you have display, and the lastly point is you should be able to take printouts as per whatever system has been prepared or given by the audit committee. Okay, so these are some four very important points. Now, once you have maintained your books of accounts, once you have maintained your books of accounts in electronic records, then the company has to, on an annual basis, the company has to intimate. It has to intimate whom? ROC. ROC means Registrar of Companies. Now, what will the company provide in this particular intimation is that, see, there will be large institutions, large corporations, large companies which will have many accounting records, or books of accounts will be very voluminous. So company itself will not maintain such particular records. It will give this job to some other service provider. Okay. Now this service provider will maintain these books of accounts on a particular storage site, on a particular cloud storage which it is providing to the company. Company has a separate contract with such service provider. Now, when the company is providing the intimation to ROC, the company is supposed to give the name of such service provider. First, okay, name of such service provider. Second, the internet protocol, that is the IP address of such service provider. Third, the location of the service provider. And fourth, if your data is kept, if your books of accounts is kept on the cloud storage, then such address has to be provided to the ROC. Wherever the cloud is situated, that particular address has to be provided. Now, what do you mean by cloud? Some of the students might not be aware of what is cloud. Cloud is nothing but internet. So whenever you keep your data at a particular site, which is known as cloud, which is used for storage of large voluminous data, then it is known as cloud storage. Cloud is nothing but internet. Okay. I hope this part is clear. Now I'll give you some examples of where you are yourself might be using cloud storage. For the best example, it is Google Drive. You are maintaining your or you are storing your documents nowadays on Google Drive itself. Google Drive is accessed through a Google website, that is Google Drive, which is a website, and it is an cloud storage mechanism. Okay, so this was rule 3. I hope rule 3 is clear to everybody. It is a very simple topic, but it is a very pertinent and very relevant topic nowadays because of COVID situation where all the companies are maintaining it electronic records. So there might be a possibility that institute may ask a question on this particular rule. So hence I have brought this a separate video for this particular thing. Okay. Okay. So in the next lecture that I am going to upload, I am going to take through section 129, which speaks about financial statement. So stay tuned to this channel for all the videos which are going to be uploaded in next couple of weeks. Okay, from section 128 to section 148, everything I'm going to cover in next couple of weeks. So stay tuned to this particular channel. Do subscribe to this channel so that you can get the notifications for the same. Press the bell icon for the same and share these videos with maximum people. Do like the videos. It keeps my motivation up, and thanks a lot to everybody for a lot of good comments that I've read on my channel. And please keep pouring your love on the channel. I will come up with many more videos very soon. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Take care.